Demon Souls came out 4 years ago. It's one of the first PS5 exclusives, but it's still one of the best PS5 games to date. If you haven't played it or never got into it, you're missing out. I was one of those people. I never gave it much of a chance 4 years ago, but now with the PS5 Pro, I went back to test it out and I'm having a blast. On the standard PS5, the game did have some performance issues at launch, but all of that's been cleaned up and now the game has solid performance even on the regular console. Before I get to the details, I want to give a shout out to Project Orochi for sending me this amazing looking gear. They are the sponsors of this video. They offer amazing apparel and clothing that's inspired by Japanese art and culture. If you love games like Elden Ring and Demon Souls, of course, you'll love their designs. They have references to some other big names as well, like Ghost of Tsushima, League of Legends, and Apex Legends. This Dancing Dragon hoodie is one of their best sellers right now, and I love the art style as well as the quality of this hoodie. Check them out with links in the description to support the channel and keep content like this coming. There's two modes to choose from, cinematic and performance. Cinematic mode is 4K native at 30 FPS, while performance mode is 1440p upscale to 4K at 60 FPS. The PS5 Pro still features those same two modes as well, and just to be clear, both consoles look exactly the same in those older modes. Here you can see cinematic mode looks exactly the same and runs the same 30 FPS on both consoles. Performance mode is compared here and that too looks identical on both the standard console as well as the Pro. But the PS5 Pro does have a new mode. It's just being called PS5 Pro in the graphics settings. I guess the developers weren't feeling too creative when naming that new mode. PS5 Pro mode does feature PSSR upscaling and targets 60 FPS. In a way, the goal of the Pro console is to give you the best visuals as close to 4K as possible while still delivering a solid 60 FPS. Here you can see cinematic on the regular console versus the new PS5 Pro mode. PSSR upscaling does make the game look fairly close to native 4K. I mean, it's not 100% there. If you look closely, certain surfaces still look slightly sharper in native 4K on the standard console, but still, things are getting close with Demon Souls. Have a look at the reflections, slightly sharper in cinematic mode. The edges are also smoother on the PS5 Pro, so there's some anti-aliasing going on there. Now, where you'll see the difference is when you compare performance mode on the standard PS5 to that new PS5 Pro mode. There's a clear winner here. PS5 Pro looks a lot sharper at that same 60 FPS. The biggest difference you'll notice is in the armor. Looks a lot sharper and better on the PS5 Pro. I'm glad the game looks better. The last one I tested, Star Wars Outlaws, actually looked worse on the Pro. Now let's spend a bit of time talking about the FPS, the performance. There isn't a lot to mention or talk about here. Both consoles are solid lock, no performance issues at all. Cinematic mode is a solid 30 FPS on the regular console as well as the PS5 Pro, and that performance mode as well as the PS5 Pro mode is a solid locked 60 FPS. So I guess the developers pretty much accomplished what they meant to with the PS5 Pro here. Give us the best possible looking visuals as close to 4K as possible while delivering a solid 60 FPS. I think they could have taken things a little bit further. Perhaps they could have done 120 Hz mode on the PS5 Pro. I'm sure the hardware can handle it. Even if that gives up a little bit the resolution, it's still worth having an ultra high frame rate for this type of game. But hey, maybe we'll see something like that in a future patch. And for those of you saying things in the comments like, oh, frame rate doesn't matter, oh, I'm good with 30 FPS. Just try this game in 60 FPS performance or PS5 Pro mode and then switch on the fly to cinematic. I guarantee you'll immediately notice the difference of how sluggish the game feels in 30 FPS. So my friends, for a game like this, frame rate does matter. And that's what you need to know about Demon Souls on the PS5 versus PS5 Pro. For sure, one of the better PS5 Pro enhanced games. For the rest of the video, check out some more side-by-side comparison and let me know if you spot something that I missed.
Yeah.